Welcome. In this first module, I'm going to go over with you the basics of setting up your channel correctly and just really hitting on the 80-20 or the essential things that need to be checked and installed and set up before you start putting content out, or if you already have a channel, what you should go back over and optimize. And the second part gets a little deeper, but it goes into just some of the marketing strategy and background that you really need to have installed in your mind before you produce tons and tons of content. Because again, the goal of you building this channel is to be able to share your passion or grow your business or turn your passion into a business. And to do that, we need to start the channel the correct way so that it's both authentic for you and provides a great experience for your audience, but it's also set up so that some of your audience can become your customers because you can help them further. So that part is a little bit later in the module, so go ahead and go through that now, and then you can click down below to download the worksheets and checklists that you need to go through as well.
And using the simple production, it's very easy to do. So that's kind of the lay of the land coming up. But today we're going to go right into the marketing foundation. And the secret weapon is something called, I'm not sure, you may or may not be familiar with this, but it's called market sophistication. And basically it's the different stages of prospect awareness in relation to your product or offering. So, and as you go further down the funnel, just like any funnel, there's the drop off and spill off. So the highest number of prospects or highest number of people is going to be in stage 5, which is indifferent. Okay, so these are guys or girls that need your product or service, but they don't know it or they're not ready to admit it yet. So some examples would be like the couple who has severe marital problems, but they don't think they need counseling. They just need to, talk it out amongst themselves. The 52-year-old guy who's 100 pounds overweight, he's having heart problems, but he doesn't need a diet program because he's okay. The business owner whose tax records and payroll is a mess, but he doesn't need to hire an accountant. Okay, these are people who clearly have problems, but if they don't think that they're problems or feel that they're problems, then it doesn't matter what you say to them. If you're saying you have the best benefit, they're going to ignore it because to them they don't have a problem. Stage 4, and that's the most they're the most number of people in stage 5. Stage 4 is people who are sold on the need. So they need your product or service, but they don't know it yet. They just know they have the need. So what they do know is, that they've got this problem and they want to solve it. But before they do that, they're going to do some research. And stage 4 and 5 are the big YouTube. These are the big ones on YouTube. So some examples using the same ones, the couple that has, marital problems might type in better, no, this is on Google, but they might type in better communication in marriage or save my marriage or 10 years married. Wife won't have sex. So they're kind of talking about problems. The 52-year-old man who's 100 pounds overweight, he might type in, what's the best way to lose 100 pounds, safe weight loss program, weight loss for men over 50, business owner. He's going to be typing in, best way to manage payroll, small business accounting tips. And then the salesperson, I don't think I went over that one, so that's okay. So that's stage 4 and 5. Stage 3 is when they're sold on the concept. So these are prospects that are pretty much done researching their problem. They've settled on a category of solutions, and now they're deciding between, either you and somebody else or different products that you offer. So here, again, following the same scenarios, we have the couple with marital problems. They've decided they're going to work with a marriage counselor. Now what they're doing is looking for, who's the best counselor. The overweight guy has decided that he is having heart problems, and now he's looking for the best endocrinologist. Same thing with the tax guy. He's decided, payroll's a mess. I need a CPA. So now he's searching for the best CPA. So 2 is when they're now sold on your brand, and this is basically 2 and 1 is at the bottom of the funnel, and these guys really are not on YouTube. Basically, YouTube is made up of stage 5 and stage 4 and some stage 3 prospects. And that's why YouTube traffic is cheap and it works, is because people in stage 5 or 4, most competitors are either unaware of this market sophistication, first of all, so they're just sending the same message to all stages of prospects, which is a huge mistake, or they're aware of it and they're just too lazy to do something about it. And so That's why YouTube traffic is so cheap, because these prospects are up at stage 4 and 5 where nobody else is willing to go and get them. Now to that end, I don't know if you've seen, this was a movie, There Will Be Blood, with Daniel Day-Lewis. Great movie, and basically he's an
Yeah.
oil driller. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was good. And I love, he's like yelling at the town. He's like, "There's a whole ocean of oil under our feet, and nobody can get at it except for me." And that's really what YouTube is like. There's a whole ocean of traffic under there, but you have to have the right tools to drill in and get it. And we are literally drilling in. So that's why I wanted to show you those prospect levels or stages, because we're drilling to stage 4 and 5, where most people, like on Google search or AdWords search or even Facebook, that's usually more stage 3, 2, and 1. So you can write an ad, people get it and go right to it or convert. But here we have to drill a little bit deeper, but with the right tools, we can make that happen. So the YouTube drilling tools are, we have the lead magnet or offer, depending on your business. So if you're a service or info product, then we're going to be kind of leaning more on the lead magnet. Timmy and Daniel, you guys are e-commerce, so you obviously have an offer for the physical product. Then we need the direct response videos, which we will go over in the later modules. We want the channel set up in the correct way, going over that today. And then YouTube video ads set up using those.
How are you? I don't know if you got my email.
Hey, no, I did not.
Man. Yeah, no, I sent you an email because I was trying to postpone the time of our meeting.
Oh, well, this is going to be recorded, so you can get.
Yeah, everything's okay, but I have to go through some things right now, and I was thinking if we can meet up later.
Yeah, I'll send. You can get the recording later and go through it. That's no.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So the YouTube video ads, and then the last one is having your sales funnel, your back end, which converts those stage 4 or 5 prospects into stage 1. So on the channel layout, and actually, you know what? Let me get this here. So the channel layout. Now I'm going to send you a video either later today or early tomorrow on the how to do this, but I just want to go over, hold on 1 second here. But I want to go over basically the main layout for the channel. That's all we're going to set up for now, and that is we want the banner up here, and I'll show you how to do that. We need to have a logo or an icon here. We have a link to our website, and then also Google Plus, Facebook, anything like that. And then if you have content, we can organize that now. Don't worry if you don't have content. This is just setting up the core. Basically we're setting up the shell or the skeleton of the channel. So the video will cover that. And that's also the last one is the About Us page, because basically when I was looking at some of your channels, you guys said there's like some of it's set up, but some of it are missing some pieces, and so we just want to make sure we have all these pieces in place when the channel's up. You don't need any videos yet. We don't have to worry about that.
This is Hunter from Showroom.
But we do need to have these core elements in place. That way, when we're building everything else, we're building off of a solid foundation. Then, where did I go here? Yeah, so that's the layout. And then, so the action items are three simple things. So one is we want to set up advanced Google Analytics remarketing. I'm going to send you a video on how to do that. But the reason we want to do this is because it allows us to tap into people who are already visiting your website and get very specific videos in front of them. And it's usually one of the best performing campaigns. So we're not going to really do anything with this right now, but this comes into play for modules 4 and 5. And we want this set up now so that we have the remarketing lists already built. Timmy, I've already set yours up when you hired me earlier for the analytics stuff, so that's good to go. But I will send you guys the instructions. I think, let's see, like I can show you real quick. Basically, we have to make a small change to the analytics code. Okay. Let's go here. And so we have to insert, and I'll send you the how-to on this, but we're inserting this little line here called display features. And that's what sets up remarketing with analytics. Don't ask me why they don't include it in the normal code that we install. But that's what we have to do in order to enable the advanced remarketing to set up for YouTube. So I'm going to send you a video on that. That's action item number 1. Action item number 2 is make sure you have a lead magnet or offer, because I went through the intake form. Some of you guys already have it, so it's like you can check that off. You're good to go. But some of you did not, and I'll send this to everybody, but I have a quick worksheet that lets you kind of create a lead magnet on the fly, and we can have that, if we can get that done this week, that will get us set up there. And then the basic channel setup needs to be in place, which again, I'll send you a video for that too. So this is laying the foundation. And the reason we want the lead magnet is, Corey, this kind of touches on a little bit to what you mentioned earlier, is people on YouTube, I've not found, they don't go from a YouTube video to purchase anything right away. Very rarely has that been the case. Usually because, again, they're in that stage 5 and stage 4 level of awareness, they're just not quite ready to open up their wallet. But they sure will sign up for, any type of, strong lead magnet related to their pains, which is why I asked you guys about, their pains and the common questions. So to that end, if you don't have your lead magnet, that may be something that you want to use one of your one-on-one time blocks with me. I'll send you guys a link today for that, so that anytime throughout these modules, if you want to set up one of your, or I think you each get 2. If you want to set up one of your sessions with me to work on the action items, we can do that and get it knocked out so that you're ready for the next module. But having that lead magnet is really offer a lead magnet is really important. And something else I found, I think it was back up here, is that we really want the offer on a mobile responsive page. A lot of, it depends on your audience, but well over half of YouTube is views are on some type of mobile device. So if we're taking them off of YouTube right to your landing page, and your landing page is not mobile responsive, there's going to be a big drop in opt-in conversion rates. So we kind of want to make sure that that's all set up. And if you're using something like Leadpages, which is what I use, then that already handles it for you. But if you're not, it may be something you want to consider, because again, like I noticed, as soon as I switched to mobile responsive, I got so many more people opting in onto my email list versus when it was just standard and not responsive. Okay. So those are the three action items. Again, we're starting off here, small pieces. Put these in place so that we're ready to rock when it comes to building the videos and then using the paid traffic. But if we jump right into making videos and we don't have these in place, then we have a huge mess and we get traffic, and it doesn't ultimately do what we want it to do, which is sign up and convert. So that's kind of the lay of the land again today, these are the 3 action items. I'll be sending you 2 videos and a worksheet. If you've already got something done, you can just ignore it and skip it. But if not, it's best to try and get it done before the next module. Obviously, it's not the end of the world if you don't. But I'm doing this in an effort to kind of keep us all on pace, so that we're all on the same page and that you're moving forward and seeing everything get set up. So here we're getting the foundation and ready to rock. But that's kind of the overall layout for the marketing foundation for YouTube. I wanted to leave some time for questions for you guys. I saw some questions on the intake form. So, but before we get into those questions, did anybody have questions on what I've kind of laid out here as far as either the market sophistication questions or questions on the action items or what you're going to be doing?
I have a question. This is David.
Hey, David.
On the lead magnet, is that just your landing page offer?
Yes. Yes, it's your landing page offer. So it would be, so like for show her off, I'm just using the home page as our lead magnet, and I'm using Leadpages. So this is the lead magnet. Discover the #1 secret to becoming a great country dancer. Free video lesson reveals, and they can see the tips. And all it is it's just one video, that they watch. So the lead magnet doesn't, and this will be in the worksheet, but I really stress if you don't have a lead magnet and you're making it, it does not need to be anything complex. It can be a simple 3-minute video. It can be a 1-page PDF. Like, you don't need to make anything fancy. So this is the lead magnet page. They click this, they put in their info, and they're ready to rock. And this is with Leadpages, so it's mobile responsive. But that's the lead magnet page that I'm referring to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see you pop up a form when you click the button
Exactly.
instead of having it directly on the page.
Right. And that's like a Leadpages feature. It can be directly on the page. It's not I don't have a stance on it. I think Leadpages says that it's like a psychological thing. When someone clicks on this, they're saying yes, so they're like more likely to fill out the form because they've already taken a step to complete it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thinking behind it, having that there.
Okay.
So Beverly, hey, how are you doing? So she's got some questions. So the most common mistakes people make with their YouTube channel. Well, yeah. So the biggest one is a lot of them is it's kind of it looks empty. So they're missing having a banner back here and having a setup, which I'll show you guys in the video how to get that done. The other big thing is we're missing a description and a link to their website. Those are the biggest things that I see over and over again. And we'll cover that in the video when we get up here to modules 2 and 3, the video production and creation. Now the channel's title, that's a good question. So the title, the name of your channel it's kind of up to you. Like I like to, because Beverly's asking, should the channel title be a person's name or titled to reflect the market niche? And I tend to lean more towards reflecting the market niche, just because usually that will help with the keyword rankings, especially like for you, Beverly. I think if PCOS, weight loss, if that's like a popular term,
yeah,
that would probably be a better name than Dr. Beverly Yates, because just on first glance, people may not, well, they're going to know you're a doctor, but they have no idea what the channel will be about.
fair enough. Okay.
Okay. So that's what I would suggest.
Oh, so since I already have content there under my name, would it be smart to just relaunch a different page, a different YouTube channel, and then put that content there?
No, you can actually. The nice thing now is we can, because you've got 400 subscribers, so you can change your channel name.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot better now where you can change your channel name. Let me see here. If you go up here, and it's connected to your Google Plus.
Mm-hmm.
So when you click on here, you click the little gear, and if I go to edit on Google Plus, I can rename, change my company name here, and this will then be the new YouTube name.
Nice. So it's integrated that way. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Exactly. So you don't have to like create a new channel each time you want to shift, branding strategy.
Yeah.
So that makes
all right, cool.
They finally caught up with that, which makes it a lot nicer.
All right, thank you for showing it.
Mm-hmm. So we'll get that going, and where's my presentation? Okay, here we go. Cool. So, all right. So, any other questions on lead magnet, on getting just kind of the foundations in place? Again, this is, small, simple steps, but this is how I found the best way to get things done. It's the same process I take, all my guys through the training. Let me see here. Let's pull out my form. I had some notes. So Corey, for you,
Right.
I was a little confused in the sense that it looked like the target market was loan officers. But then some of the questions, I mean, are the loan officers asking you questions like what's different than credit repair? How should I pay off collection? Can this item be removed from my report? I thought that was, to me, that seemed more like the actual end consumer question.
Well, ultimately, it tends to be the end consumer question, but my very niche is working with people that have influence over other people's money,
Mm-hmm.
and so most 80% plus of the referrals that I receive are from active loan officers around the country,
Right.
and just because of the value, it's I don't sell a $90 a month reoccurring program. Most of my clients, are in a different category,
Right.
and their transactions are in excess of 300,000 on a home purchase or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
so I've been for years back and forth over what lead magnets that would really be interesting and compelling. I've got books that I've written, special reports, examples, tons of testimonials, things to this effect. So I've been scratching my head over, the quote-unquote perfect lead magnet, or even a lead magnet.
Right. So just so I can understand, so the ultimate customer who you work with, I mean, so you're getting referrals from loan officers, but you're still actually ultimately working with the end user or customer who's getting the loan themselves, right?
That's right.
Okay, so you're helping with their credit repair. And have you found, so I would look into, and maybe we can have a call on this later if you want to do
Sure.
that, but
Yeah, I
I
love that.
I would look into have you found commonalities among among these clients?
Yeah, very much so. There's a high degree of embarrassment. In your example of the upside down pyramid, it was perfect. High degree of denial,
Right.
and they're in a place of, okay, they're in stage 4. They know they got a problem. They're in a high level of pain. They're trying to get something accomplished but can't. Don't know how, given bad information.
Well, I guess,
They have been. Mhm.
sorry, let me kind of rephrase the question. I'm thinking more from a marketing standpoint, and this is for everyone. As you think, if you don't have a lead magnet yet, a process to kind of think about. Like as far as like demographics, like is it mostly people who are looking for a loan for a house, or is it like mostly men this age, or women who do this? Like we're looking for, and it doesn't have to be everybody, but one segment.
Yeah, it's all real estate. They're all looking to purchase or refinance or move beyond the disaster they've experienced, whether in the real estate market, the loss of a job, some
Okay,
horrific life event, something like this.
perfect. Okay, so that's great. So now we start to look at, okay, so they're looking at buying a new house or maybe remodeling or something. Um, that's where you can get into a little more of a concrete lead magnet, uh, where you could talk about, something about people who are getting ready to buy a house, like the 5 things to check or the 7 mistakes, or something kind of down that avenue, because then on how we use it on YouTube, like YouTube is very informational. So that's why it works so well to get people at those stage 5, because you're just providing, and here's something I found, guys, on YouTube, like, the videos and we'll go over this more in the content creation, but some of the videos that I'll say that suggest that you make are going to seem so like almost dumb in the sense that, oh, everybody knows that, like, because you're so familiar with it. Like for me, it's like some of my fitness videos, it's you know, how to warm up on the treadmill. I mean, stuff where I'm just like, yeah, I'm just like, give me a break. You step on the treadmill, you press start and go. But it's got like all these views, and people are just like, thank you so much. And I'm just like, wow. And so you really, one of the dangers of having, isn't that crazy? Um,
Crazy.
yeah, I mean, I just like, I can't believe this, but it's just one of
Wow.
the dangers is we're so familiar, you know, we're kind of inside the bottle, as Dan Heath says, but we're so familiar with the knowledge that we kind of almost discredit it, and we're like, everybody knows it, it's not important, but it's just not the case. And a lot of people on YouTube are just at that very high level. So thinking from that standpoint, you almost think of like, what are baby questions that in your case, Corey, what are baby questions that people are asking themselves or just in general about buying a
Right.
house or financing? And you create, you know, little videos that answer those baby questions.
That's
Same
so
thing.
great. You know, you've opened up some real thinking, Ryan. You know, one of the things that is such a big concern I deal with probably 6, 7 times a day is I went to freecreditreport.com and got a credit report, but my loan officer says I can't use it. Why is that?
Oh, perfect. There's a video right there. Can I use free credit report for my loan officer or something? I mean, that's a video. So any question, guys, any questions that you are getting all the time, just like that. It's a great example, Corey. That's the type of
Great.
content that we'll be doing videos. So Paul, same thing. You've got some questions here. You know, how do I get started running? How often should I run? How do I train to run a race? I mean, how do I train to run a race? That could be a whole series of videos. Again, we're, you know, short 2 to 3 minute videos, but all those questions are about running. So it's like, and you, I believe, we're targeting older guys, so 50 and up. So you should have a you could have a lead magnet, something about, you know, these are older guys. You can relate to them. So what are some baby questions that they have? Is like, you know, what is the best shoes for running, or where are the best places to run as far as indoors, outdoors? Just a simple lead magnet like that. So when you're answering all of these baby questions in the videos that you later create, they all reference and point to that lead magnet. So for Corey, you'd follow the same process. You know, Beverly, same thing. You've got a great topic, you know, P codes, and you have the authority as a doctor, and it's a great niche. So women are going to instantly, you know, they're going to instantly attach and relate because it speaks to them. So, you know, how to stop cravings with PCOS, you know, what to eat to lose weight, and what to eat is to lose weight. That's a pretty broad one, but still, I think, and you already had a lead magnet, but like, I think when I went to it, I think you mentioned this too. It wasn't because you said it was lead pages, or I think you were getting lead pages hooked up, and it just didn't work yet. So I understood that correctly here.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
wait.
lead
Oh,
page
there
is
you go.
for
Oh,
a
you fixed
different
it.
website.
Yeah, here we go.
PCOS. There you go. Bam.
Yeah,
We
there we
got that
go.
fixed.
Yeah, that was like I was just checked that like 20 minutes ago. It was not here, so that's awesome. That's good. Yeah, so that's great.
I got a hold of my tech guys. Like, make it live. Let's go.
I'm gonna be put on the spot. You better get this working. Good, good, good. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, so you've got your lead magnet, so you're ready to rock there. I would look at maybe you've got a video, maybe increase like my only concern with this is I don't know if this page is mobile responsive.
No, that's our next hurdle to solve.
Yeah. So is this a WordPress site?
Yes.
Okay. Because if you have lead pages, so what you're using right here is a lead box, and that's
Yes.
fine.
Right. Mhm.
Um, but you may want to consider just doing a whole lead page, because that you know, it's easy to do. They can host on there. I'll log in and just show you guys. You know, it hosts on their server and it's mobile responsive. So in the interest of, you know, time and
Oh, so
speed.
that could be a bridge strategy to like get the site redeveloped a little bit here. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So that may be something to do.
All right. Cool. Thank you. I didn't
Mhm.
realize that. Moving so fast.
That's all right. That's all right. That's what I like. You know, we're all hustling and getting it done. So that is good.
The how would somebody so somebody's watching her video on whatever this is, the screen's a little small here, but weight loss, and how would they get there? Like, what's the step right before that? Obviously they're watching a video and there's a call to action, I'm assuming.
They could have gotten there through the YouTube channel. They could have gotten there through iTunes podcasts. They could have gotten there through search engine marketing, right? Or some SEO from blog posts.
Yeah,
paper when I turn it back on. That's how they get there.
Yeah, so basically what this page is for Beverly is this page right here, the squeeze page. So in this example, we'd be sending traffic from YouTube. If we're using YouTube, we'd be sending traffic from YouTube to the squeeze page. But you can send traffic from Facebook. I mean, anywhere you're getting traffic, you can send it to, send it. This is our landing page or squeeze page. So yeah, traffic from all over.
Got it. Is that hosted on her site? It's on their server. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. And
so does she have multiple calls to action or multiple what was the word you were talking? Lead magnets in your campaign, given the specific message?
Depends on the keywords that got them there. So I have one specific for PCOS weight loss, one for PCOS and cravings. Sometimes people have crazy cravings, particularly for sweets. And then for PCOS diet. So it depends on their keyword conversation before they ever get there. And then they go down the path specific to those issues.
Perfect. Yeah, so it's
brilliant.
Good relevance there. Keep it
brilliant.
Right. Very good. Awesome.
Ryan, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't tell if I'm online or not, but so I'm on the phone. This is Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hi. So I appreciate your comments. Yeah, I'm kind of on the other end of the spectrum in terms of, Beverly is really, this is awesome, and I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I have a lot of experience doing AdWords and so forth for other people for a while, but I wanted to do my own thing, so that's why I'm doing the Maximum Runner. But I didn't, before I started this program, I wanted to sort of, starting from scratch in essence. So I didn't want to start using all these different tools and WordPress and so forth without kind of maybe getting some guidance from you on, what would you recommend? I'm sort of on that starting out phase. Should I create a WordPress site with blog, or should I just use Leadpages? I do have an InfusionSoft. This might be a relevant maybe for our one-on-one, but I'm kind of hoping that you can help guide me on tools or resources that can be launched.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. And we can definitely dive deeper one-on-one. But I can just give you some feedback right now. With Sparta Strength, when I started it, all I had was my YouTube channel, and my website was like an opt-in page, and that was it. So I just basically I made all my stuff on YouTube, and the website was simply, it was pretty crappy, to be honest, and it was simply just to get emails. So in the interest of speed, I would say for you, because you are starting, this is kind of something you're starting from scratch. So if anybody else is, I don't know if anyone else was starting something newer, but I think you and David are kind of in a similar situation. Focus on YouTube, and then just use like Leadpages, because they can host the site, and I think their low plan's like $37 a month or something, and that will be enough to get you started.
And then when you actually collect leads, does it go into Leadpages, or do you have it connected to something like InfusionSoft?
Yeah, it connects to InfusionSoft. Good question. Yep, connects. So you already have InfusionSoft, right? You said.
But it's painful to me because I'm paying a lot of money for something that.
I was going to say. So I was like, you're in the, what do they call it? You're donating to InfusionSoft. Is that what it is?
Shame and the guilt is killing me. So.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah. So maybe I mean, I think Leadpages integrates. You could step down to because to be honest, it may not be worth having InfusionSoft right now, because it's going to it's going to take you a little while to build the audience and then start getting money from it. And InfusionSoft is not like you don't really need any of the advanced functionality at this stage. So you may want to look at something like ActiveCampaign or Aweber, just because basically you're at the phase of let me build a little fan club.
Right.
You want to get 500 to 1,000 subscribers, get a couple hundred people on your email list, be talking to them, and from there, from those conversations and that dialogue, your market will tell you what products or services they want to get from you.
Okay, that makes sense. So you think I start with the creating a YouTube channel, just to get the framework of it set up.
Yep.
And I noticed that you have Google Plus, Facebook. I should do all those things sort of as a setup also.
Yeah, I mean, we set them up. I set them all up just to have the properties claimed, but I really don't do anything with them except, when I post a video, sometimes I'll repost it on those sites. But I'm not, I have them there so that if later I want to hire a Facebook guy or somebody, they can go. I've got it set up and running, but I'm focusing, like Perry talks about, I'm big in picking like, 2 to maybe 3 marketing mediums and just really ninja and becoming Jedi master in those, So for me, it's paid traffic, email, and YouTube. That's kind of where I focus. Everything else is I just don't do much.
Okay.
Cool. Any other questions before we let y'all go? And like I said, I'll send you those instructions. But hopefully, it kind of gives you a sense and want to get you thinking, and again, have that framework in place so that when we start making videos, we're focusing on videos and not worrying about everything else.
Yeah, so far with your experience with YouTube and how quickly things change or don't change, do they typically give people reasonable advance notice that the world is going to change, or do you just wake up one morning and find out, oh no, everything I put together is now no longer relevant?
Yeah, Google, they have this thing where they don't really tell you anything that's happening. So yeah, now, YouTube is changing a lot, but I haven't seen any. The biggest change was recently, as far as kind of maybe having a marketing effect, was just on the commenting system, where you have to have Google Plus now to comment. And to be honest, that was a good change because now you just get less like trolls running around. But I haven't seen a lot of. Yeah, what we want to watch out for really is like. It's actually on the positive side. Google will introduce like a new feature, or YouTube will introduce a new feature or something, and it's like they don't tell you about it, and it's sneaky, but it's really cool, and so all the people who happen to see it jump on it, and they're getting ahead, and then later you figure out, oh wow, you can do this now. So that's the one thing that I've come across a couple times is like new features that were kind of snuck in, like video remarketing and stuff like that. So, but I haven't seen it on the negative side.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else got any? Excuse me. Any other questions?
So at this point, we don't need to worry about the video.
No. Yeah, we're going to. So real quick, because I know I started a little early. So the kind of modules we're going through here. So today is just getting the foundations. So that's the lead magnet, the remarketing code, and the basic channel setup, and I'll be sending you, the how-to videos on 2 of those in the lead magnet worksheet. And then modules 2 and 3 is where we're going to get into video creation. So module 2 is where we get into a little bit. We kind of, when I was talking with Corey about the actual content that we're going to talk about, and you'll be surprised at how simple and almost like dumbed down it feels like. You're just answering real basic questions. So that's the content selection. And then module 3 is the video production. So I'll go over, here's, if you're using an iPhone, if you have cameras, here's the camera I use. Here's the software options. And I can say now it's all about, again, I'm all about speed, getting it done. Later, when the YouTube channel is like kicking butt, then we can always come back and invest and buy nicer equipment and buy nicer software. But you don't need the top of the line stuff to get this out. Really, this is a land grab as far as, westward expansion back in the 1800s. So it's really all about speed, getting that channel up, and getting a system in place for you to make a video every week that's easy for you. Because if it's hard and it's a pain in the butt, like, you're not going to do it. I know, because I used to not do it. So that's that's why I use a system. So 2 and 3 is where we'll cover that, and then 4 and 5 is where we're going to get into, paid traffic, setting up those campaigns, getting people to your videos, and then optimizing based on the feedback that we're getting from the paid traffic. Because Paul, as I'm sure you know, and anybody else who does paid traffic knows, like, we can plan, but until the market comes in and votes, like, there's some things we just can't figure out until we get that clickstream data. So that's why I've got that divided into 2 modules.
Are you still making a video a week?
Yeah, I've got a video a week for 2 of my channels, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it on the marketing one. I'm still thinking about that, but for the country one, yep, I've got a video every week, and for Sparta Strength, every week as well. And it's actually gotten a lot easier as I've realized people just, you don't need to make these crazy, like, 20-minute videos. It's just a short 3-minute, video with some energy and some scripts and stuff that I'll share with you guys. But it's a lot easier. And what I do now is, I bulk film. I'll film like multiple videos in one day, because it's just, a process thing. And then I'll only, I'll upload them or release them once a week.
And do you edit your videos, or do you just push them straight from your?
Yeah, I edit them a little bit. It depends on the video. I have I've done a lot of videos now, so I can usually do takes pretty well. As long as I have my 2 bullet points or 3 bullet points, I can just riff and have it all in one take. But I don't edit it a whole lot. Maybe I'll edit it if I'm, like, for dance. For the dance channel, I may be talking about a dance move or something, and I'll overlay the dance video that I'm talking about. But for you guys getting started, a lot of it is really about the content, and the content is in your brain. So that's why I use the intake form to help kind of pull some of that out, and we can use that to show you that you've actually got everything you need to know to make some of these.
I had one question on the video content. If I make a video, is it better for me to record myself going through something, or just talk through slides?
It's better definitely better to record yourself. And I know that can maybe be a little scary, so we can talk about that in the video production and how, I got over that. But YouTube is definitely, people are going to connect. People just connect with people. So you want to, if you can, be on camera, especially for, like Beverly, especially when we're doing fitness stuff. And I mean, really anything, like, people want to know that they can trust you. And so when you have a slide and stuff, I know video slides and things work well for video sales letters, but this is not, that's stage 2 prospects. We're talking to stage 5 and stage 4, and that's where it needs to be more conversational. Not to say you can never use it, but
Hope you found that helpful. Make sure you click the links below to download the worksheets if you would like those. And if you want more help, you can hire me by going to my website down below. Thanks.